There you go, onto mayonnaise. Fish in water gets brought up by the trash. Now onto Keisha, being phased doing his best to soak up damage.
Eating up the death trap, Unruffy does propel away. The calling is just too much, and that would be a cleanup for Navi with a double kill.
There's Bagger is thrown down. Shurpo getting the reset. You see Nazir is gone, and the rest of the Lady Manila will be doing the cleanup work. That's a double carry. Wins! Get it back out here with an item. As he ladies and gentlemen, the #1 seed from the Mindanao Conference still eliminates him.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. You're still watching the Lenovo LOL Collegiate League 2017 Spring Term Interconference Series. This is the last day before we get to the semifinals. We'll be your shoutcasters for Game 2 of ADDU versus ADDU. I'm Atlas, and with me is Rockhard.
Yes, and that's right. And before we start anything, we'd like to announce the winner of the Search and Win, and the question was, what was the first summoner spell that was used in Game 1 versus ADMU and ADDU? And the answer is
Cleanse.
And this was a cleanse that was
it was a misclick cleanse there, coming from the mid laner of ADMU.
Luckily though, it wasn't really seen.
It wasn't too
anything,
impactful.
So no impact whatsoever.
Of course, the winner for
that
that
was really funny though.
funny, but the winner for that is Kim Brian Rebonkin. Hi Kim, I know this guy. Fast hands, you will be winning that mystery gift in a few working days. Just congratulations, of course, for the ones that didn't win. You still have like 5 more chances this game and the other games for that Search and Win. Just get ready with that tab and then fill out the information and then fill out the answer the trivia question correctly. If you're the first to answer correctly, you will be getting the same prize as Kim in a few working days.
Yes,
so
that's
good
a
luck.
Mystery gift. And who knows what can happen with a mystery gift,
Pay
right?
attention, because it might be KDA, it might be Summer Spell, it might be First Blood, the Drakes. So you have to pay attention to the stream. Of course, coming from that Game 1, that was such a sloppy game from both sides. But in the end, it was ADDU who was able to pull off that win against their brother school.
You know, I was watching the game that we were casting earlier. Yeah, that's true. You could say they were sloppy, but I liked how they were going on it. The executions were spot on. The sloppy part that I was worried about there was the follow through. Most of the times, great engages from both teams. By the way, especially I'd like to give props to Miko's. A lot of his engages were actually spot on, and they were able to set up a lot of
fates.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of not just safety. It wasn't just for safety. It was to set up Syndra's scatter the Mies. A lot of them. Towards the end part of that match where you saw 3 people were in a tempered fate.
Yes.
How many people can predict that, by the way? And after that, right on, good communication with Syndra to...
Yeah, the timing was really on point there. That was... The Scatter the Weak was enough to stun them before the Black Shield was on it. That cast time of Black Shield is almost like
instantaneous. And then the balls were on the way just before the Zhonyas were ran out. So overall, like I was saying, great... what do you call this? Initiations.
Yeah, great initiations.
They knew what they wanted to happen. It's just that the follow-through was a bit lacking. Either way, we had a really fun game.
That was definitely
sloppy,
fun.
But really fun. It was going back and forth a lot of the times. And I liked how, ADDU also knows how to take advantage of mistakes that they knew were visible. And at the end of that game, it could have still gone either way.
Asks, looking at the standings, ADMU with a 0-3, still at 0 points. Unfortunately, no chance for them to get out of the Interconference Series. ADDU now sitting at 2 points with their first win. If they get another win against ADMU, it will become 4 points, but still, I don't think it will be enough. They can maybe have a tie with TUP, but still, they will be very, very blurry seeing that happen.
Right. This is because of the point systems for today.
Yes, because it's definitely TUP might be getting 1 win, 2 wins against HOW, and then HOW still has their games later today. So definitely something to keep in mind that this because they need how to have 2-0-2s for them to get out of group stages if they win another game against ADDU. Yes.
On the caliber of a team like HAL, which by the way has racked a lot of points already.
Really putting out
the likeliness of that happening very slim.
Yeah, but of course this is still about like campus pride between Davao and Metro Manila.
Oh yes.
Still about showing that they have something to prove in the Interconference series.
Right.
So definitely something to watch out for. Because ADMU a lot of pressure is off of them now. Like we mentioned earlier yesterday, a lot of pressure off of this team. They might be pulling out some fun picks, some fun strats. We might be seeing that.
And the pressure that we're talking about that comes off shoulders, that's going to happen a lot since we're narrowing down the representatives that will be fighting for supremacy on the semifinals. That is going to happen very, very soon.
Definitely. Gonna be very interesting to see how ADMU performs knowing that all the pressure is off on them.
That's right. It should be an interesting game, but we'll see what they want to. I don't know. Maybe they can still go really try hard.
Yeah,
and
maybe
show that they are not gonna get 0-2, or they could go for really fun picks, and they could still win. If it's a comfort pick, there's a good chance they can still pull out a victory.
Looking at the bans though, it's still very standard. The tanks, the rework tanks, are still being banned out, except Sejuani for now. The Fizz, Zac, Maokai, very standard as of this patch.
Yes.
And then the Karma as well, very annoying. If they're not going to be prioritizing Lulu, the Karma will also be a good lockout. Nivea as well against Spiri, and the Kled against Happy will be taken away. That's going to be the Lee Sin. First pick prioritized by Ateneo Davao.
So both teams showing that they are not taking this lightly, and they are still going for the win. As for, because you know, they're sister schools, but still, sibling rivalry always exists in
wait, hold on.
families.
That's going to be Sino on that Vel'Koz. Might go to Miko's, we don't know. Or Foop, and that's going to be Zen on that Nocturne. Already pulling out these weird picks now that the pressure is off on them. On the other hand, it's going to be ADDU. High damage bot lane.
That's right.
With Siren Twitch.
As for this Vel'Koz pick, I would think that it might be it's a flex, right, between Sino and Mikos, but let's be honest, Mikos is very well known for his Vel'Koz support in
very possible.
Yeah, like for years now. So there's a high possibility that Mikos is going to pick this up.
So that's going to be very interesting. If ADDU have done the research, and they probably have against ADMU, they might be expecting, no, this might go to Mikos instead of Sino.
Yes,
but the Zen probably be the one to pick up. Oh, it's going to be Jules on that Draven. Is that a comfort? Because as might be a very comfortable pick on him, but considering his recent performance not as optimal, the Draven is really feast or famine. So it's very dangerous for him to pick that up. But still, the confidence. Coming into our second ban phase, let's look at the bans, Rockhard.
That's right. So next bans for ADMU is, of course, the Swain. I think they saw the power of Swain earlier. It was very
sustained.
It took a while to power up, but once it got there, it was very hard to stop. Admittedly, they were able to a lot of points, but they used a lot of resources.
Yeah, that left them open to cleanups coming from Kitanda, all of that. So that's gonna be a good ban out. As for the bans from ADDU, banning out the Syndra and Lulu, really. It seems like they are expecting the Vel'Koz to go to Sino instead of Mikos, since they are banning the Lulu.
Yes, it seems
the Oriana, the ban out against Spiri.
Okay, hold that thought. Yeah, I think Sino wants to pick up a LeBlanc, and of course give Mikos the Vel'Koz. So looks like we are the
Talon will be going to Sino.
All right, there you go.
It won't be the LeBlanc. It will be the Talon. Did you know that Talon is responsible for around 25% of all First Bloods?
Really? This is a global statistic?
Yeah, global statistic.
Wow.
Around 25% of all First Bloods are from Talon.
Not a high priority champion, but apparently in solo queue it is. Is it?
It's very snowbally.
Yeah.
So if Xeno gets snowballed down, it's gonna be very effective. Like just assassinate people out. If he gets First Blood, gets his ball rolling in terms of lethality, he is gonna be a very lethal assassin.
Yeah. So the point of power here for ADMU, again, gonna be relying on that bot lane, and they want to build up that
those adoration stacks on that
yes.
Raven. And then the important thing is to actually cash in that adoration.
You have to. You have to have the ability to execute people and cash in the adoration before it becomes anything significant.
And of course, the bot lane is going to be very bouncy. Of course, the Draven against Twitch Zyra, that's like open season. They're both squishy, but if you get killed by the Twitch and Zyra damage, you'll lose like half your adoration stacks.
It's kind of scary that both these bot laners are actually, they have no built-in escapes or mobility whatsoever, except for Draven maybe with his move speed. So that's going to be a very hot area for contention in both these teams. Of course, with Twitch, I like that Twitch has a stealth, of course, to move around, but that's not always going to be available. And Twitches, they like to use that stealth instead to ramp up the attack speed. At the end of that stealth, there is an attack speed boost, so that's mostly what they're going to be using it for. So, but still, again, anything can happen on this bot lane. We might have to watch out for that as this match progresses.
It's very interesting to look at how, you know, is because we would never see this weird of a pick coming from these standard teams.
Right.
Maybe the weirdest you could get that from JBL, from the other conference, or from MCL rather.
That's
so,
right.
But here, now that the pressure's all off on ADMU, they really want to take this out. So it's going to be game 2 of Ateneo de Manila University as your Eagles versus Ateneo de Davao University. Right of passage. This is going to be a fight of pride between these two campuses of Ateneo. We're going to see how all of this plays out in the level 1s.
That's right. Now we are loading onto the Rift, and this is going to be a great fun game, and I think both teams are going to make sure of that.
Foopy on the gangplank.
Oh, yeah.
No longer want to go on a tank role like earlier.
I know you have a lot to say about this pick.
Yeah, the gangplank is very... he's really weak early game.
Yeah.
It depends on how much you lane. He will have a difficult time against Happy and Kitanda if he ganks. But later the game goes, the higher his damage will be. It's going to be explosive. Of course, he has to survive the laning phase first.
So you could say, though, that both teams are actually eyeing for a level 6 power spike with the compositions that they're creating here. You know, Zen and Seno might start...
Let's look at the... ooh, so it seems like Miko's ADDU read the draft wrong. It says Miko's on that Vel'Koz. Definitely with Xenos on the Talon. And the thing here is the level 6 power spike is actually very powerful for both Zen and Foopy. Like imagine going to the bot lane, all to set up Jules. Or to give Xenos more kills is Paranoia. And then the Cannon Barrage. That's a lot of long-range damage.
ADDU has to watch out for this level 6 because
yes.
you're also on a low mobility mid, which is in that...
yeah, that will be the Malzahar Spirit.
Yeah.
So definitely something to watch out for. Once everyone reaches level 6, it will be quite a dangerous match. Let's look at the cheese here coming from Jules and Miko's. Carly and Gosu should be expecting this.
Okay, we might see something here.
Oh my god.
But that's a flash expended for Carly very early. Jules,
look at all that fighting.
Low,
Jules is very low. He does have the heal, but gets ignited beforehand. But look at the damage from Miko's. The first blood that Cheese backfires onto them, and Miko's gives a double kill onto Gosu. The Cheese not paying off. Cheese went rancid.
So these cheeses that you see on the brushes, you actually have to commit. You need to have a high level of commitment.
Yes.
If especially you want to execute it, because there was time for them to back off. I think they miscalculated the amount of damage that Gosu was able to provide.
Carly as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus the ignite. That's one of the biggest things that turned that fight around.
Yeah.
He was ignited before he could heal.
That is
which
true.
meant that the value for the heal was like halved, which meant that the fight just went to Gosu's favor.
You have to give props though. Carly did use his flash, and he was pretty much out of position for a lot of times, but I think Gosu was able to position himself correctly and stop a lot of that damage from coming into him. A lot of fancy footwork as well for Gosu.
Just dodging a lot of that damage from Miko's. Miko's, after he expended his initial cooldown, not a lot of damage because the passive here, the analysis needs like three hits.
That's right.
On the other hand, Carly can just keep planting seeds passively. Here comes Kitanda with a gank throw. And gets the Sonic Wave out. The Resonating Strike does not even needed because that's going to be Malzahar, Spiri taking him out.
So Spiri and Kitanda, great positioning, and they were able to use excellent positioning to their advantage. They didn't even have to use flashes for that one, and that is going to be a clean one.
Very clean gank.
One kill in the mid.
Spirit did not even need to use... Kitanda and Spirit did not need to use their summer spells, while Sino had to use both of them.
That's correct. And now, again, both teams are actually in the more of the scaling game. On ADDU, it's going to be more for the Twitch, while on the other side, basically across the board.
Yeah, so, because they do really need this late game scaling.
Yeah,
and Wasino spikes most at mid game.
That's correct. And of course, since all of them are scaling, they're going to have to rely a lot on Miko's damage in the bot lane in order to maybe catch up.
You also need Zen to keep them alive, but Zen needs to power farm to level 6 to be really effective in terms of ganks.
That's right. He can't really just walk in on a lot of these lanes. If you want to walk in on top, it's a Gragas, he's gonna fly. Kitanda, of course, maybe most likely you'll have an advantage only if Kitanda is engaged. Right now on the bot lane,
man, it's going to be a little trade-off. Really Jules is behind still in terms of damage. Ooh, almost gets taken down by Miko's. The heal and the safeguard do keep him alive, but still Jules, because of the lead that Gosu put up, that's a longsword and a Vamp Scepter. So that's not only a fight, that's not only 13 AD ahead. That's also the lifesteal and sustain within the team fight itself.
That's right. So at this point, ADDU knows that they have some sort of advantage when it comes to ganking and when it comes to kill pressure pre-level 6. And they are trying to capitalize on that, and it's showing. It's a 3-0, and all teams are getting pressured. Although, props to ADDU for having lane control and knowing that they cannot push out. So they're playing really safe because they know they have to be safe.
I mean, after that double kill, you'd have to be crazy to keep playing aggressive, even if you are that Vel'Koz with that Draven. So that lane, that aggressive lane that they want, has already been nullified because of that double kill by Gosu. And now he's back with a vengeance. Not even a vengeance, he's just going to continue his reign there in the bot lane with the Bilgewater Cutlass. Okay,
Gosu, he knows that even though he's a bit out of position, he has time to buy before Zyra starts roaming in, but he might... We have a jungle
it's like a little jungle fight here in the bot lane, near the bot side jungle. It's going to be Zen flashing out just in time with Kitanda. No way to follow up. Now there's going to be a bot lane gank. The counter barrage does get down. Miko's not able to finish off Gosu. And now he's going to be Jules alone and sad. Finishes off the kill for his adoration stacks. But still, it's going to be a 1 for 2.
Yeah, that's in favor of ADDU.
Yeah, that's the bigger thing, though, is that Fupi could not have teleported down there.
That's correct.
He needs to use his teleport to get back to lane, because once he uses teleport to go to another lane, there's a lot of time. Oh,
in the middle here,
be Sino having to get out of there. Gets revealed by Kitanda, but that's way too much damage for him to continue. But yeah, as I was saying about the Gangplank, is that can't teleport early.
Yeah, that's right.
Because Gangplank is absolutely useless early game in terms of teleport play.
Yeah, if you watch a replay there, ADDU was actually feeling a bit confident with taking that. Although when they saw that Zen was actually almost 100-0'd by Kitanda, they should have backed off. I think they knew they had the feeling that they could have gotten the kill, so that's why they were still in that position and happy. Took advantage of that confidence, and they were able to. That's why that fight went that way.
Oh man,
right
Sino,
now in the middle,
another gank with Carly roaming onto him, tries to cut down that plant, ignites him even, but that's going to be the Mastery Badge saying, "You cannot kill me, my friends are around."
Yes, and that is knowledge that Flash and Ultimate was probably down for Seno.
Now he has the Burner's Ignite. Gosu alone, but he has the confidence. He does have the sustain to really survive against the poke. Even has a refillable potion to continue everything.
Yeah, ADDU really picking up the pace.
Man, still overconfident. It's going to be a 1v2, but Gosu is very fed. Kitanda is just waiting for an opportunity to kick Miko's back. And now it's going to be Calamaris for Gosu. He gets taken down, though, by Jules. Shut down, even. That's a huge amount of gold. That's like half a BF sword.
Yeah, Calamari galore here for ADDU. They are going to take that. But, of course, Jules not going to let that go unscathed. So that's going to be a 1-for-1.
Yeah, because every kill by Jules is not just 300 gold.
Yeah.
And that was a shutdown
is a big thing. And the shutdown gold as well. So you could say that gold distribution kind of favored ADDU in that sense. And that's something that you have to look out for.
Still
you don't
Gosu
want
really ahead in gold, though.
Yeah, but you don't want Draven to catch up at all. Twitch, he can rack up the kills, and it's really scary to have a Twitch on ahead on gold at this point in the game.
Early.
Yeah, because this is the point of the game where you want the Twitch to be beat down. Kasi you don't want na, alam mo yun, mag-build up agad siya. And
yeah, Twitch is very weak early.
That's right. He should be down. But somehow, yeah, again, that
because of the level 1.
Yeah, level 1s that we saw. That's the only reason that he's ahead right now, I think.
It would have been better if they, instead of going for the level 1 cheese, they should have gone for an early level 2. Because that was very possible with the high damage of Jules, with the AoE that Mikos can bring out.
Yeah, that would unlock 2 skills for Mikos. But right now, it's looking scary.
Man, that is going to be the disintegration ray. The Cannon Barrage not very well placed though, banking too much on the CC.
Does Jules have the ultimate? I think he does.
Oh man, he already used it earlier.
No, he used it and missed it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be a shame though. That could have gone either
skill
way.
Potential gone.
Yeah, that was a very great engage out from the bush.
Zen gonna use this opportunity for this Mountain Drake. Kitanda eyeing that.
Yeah, definitely. ADDU gonna take advantage. That Twitch is not in the equation. They are going to go for this, but Kitanda looks confident. He wants to go in.
Man, can't take too much damage from Zeno though. Quite dangerous.
Yeah, that's right. The plant, they're helping a bit with the tanking, so I don't know if that
actually helps out ADDU more.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think that was a great place to put a plant, because you took a lot of dragon shots, like 2 shots, and that could have been damage.
Zen's gonna take this easily. The smite should be enough. The fight may begin. That's gonna be the paranoia onto Kitanda. Gets kicked away, even gets a kill. Kill for ADDU there. Now Carly now in trouble. The stand aside does CC him a little bit, but now they have to give it up.
Yeah. Wow. This is what we were talking about, man. The Zeno working with Zen with that paranoia.
Man,
it's a big thing. Okay, now.
Parkouring around. He might get the kill out against Kitanda. Kitanda doesn't have the Dragon's Rage. He should have gone for that.
Yeah.
With short talent cooldowns, he should have been able to take him out.
I don't know. Zeno, I think, wants to play safe. He was not.
Didn't have too much vision there.
Yeah, that's right. It was also very dangerous. If there was someone waiting under that tower, it could have gone either way.
And he would have been 1-3. There's a huge it's like there's a huge psychological difference between 1-2 and 1-3.
Oh yeah.
Like 1-2, fine, I can get back, and the 1-3 is like, oh no, I'm tilted.
I don't know, but that's gonna be.
Happy taking out the barrel. Taking out the barrel with his own. It's like there's barrel rivalry here in the top lane.
This is that's what I just noticed that. It's a barrel for barrel on top. I don't know which way. Ano kaya dun yung may beer, no?
Yeah, which one? I mean, Happy has a bigger barrel than Fupi.
Yeah, I know.
But of course, it's all about how you use the barrel, not the size.
Yeah, right now on the bottom lane here, we have to engage on Jules.
Tries to go for
Jules
a 1v2.
caught out of position right there with the 2v1, and that's going to be a 1 kill for Ghost to another
kill. Jules trying to go for a 1v2 even though he's beside now Zeno. Zeno has to run away here. He has all the tools to escape, but Kitanda is also a very mobile Lee Sin. He's going to try and jump around. Where to, though? Might be going for an execute.
Executed.
Yep, he does get the execute.
That's right. Execute. That's an 8 for free though, so that's fine. I think execute is better than a kill. Don't you think so?
Yep, definitely worth it to waste all of that time of Kitanda. Man, wasting all that time of Kitanda trying to get that kill, and now he gets a free recall with the parkour from that talent, the Assassin's Path.
Yeah, that's right. And it's kind of great that you don't actually want to use the cooldowns on the Assassin's Path right now.
Oh man, might be in trouble here. Oh, now Poopy's going to be alone here, now leaving Zen alone. That's a lot of damage from both though. The counter barrage doing a lot of DPS. Poopy still surviving through everything with his orange. His red buff takes him down. Happy going to be taken out by Zeno with the blades, cutting him down.
That's great, and that's another kill for that's actually 2 for 1, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 for 1, definitely. In favor of ADDMU for that one. They thought they were ahead, but because of the DPS from the Cannon Barrage, everything just went in ADDMU's favor there.
That's
Choke
right.
point.
And you know what's you have to notice between these matches? It's a 9 for 5, right? That's what everyone sees, but look at the goal difference.
Yeah,
it's actually in favor of ADDMU.
Because of the farm.
Yeah, we want to see the gold. You want to see the gold. Where is that coming from?
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, that's something you want to watch out for here. So you see the gold is a lot on the gangplank, where you always say the bandit, as well as on the AD carry. Somehow he's catching up despite being behind. Yeah.
The parlay on Poopy is doing a lot of work. Zen being a heavy farmer and high ganker as well is contributing to his 1,000 gold lead, almost 1,000 gold lead over Kitanda.
So ADMU, despite being behind in kills, is by no means behind on the global macro play.
Because the thing is, even though Gosu got the early kills against Jules, and one of those was a huge mistake from Jules trying to 1v2, the thing there is he's catching up, and Gosu didn't snowball hard.
He
got 2 kills, he got 3 kills, but the snowball wasn't huge.
So the tempo kind of slowed down.
Oh no, Jules' dangerous position here. That's a disintegration ray, instantly taking Gosu down. Jules, now the target of Kitana, gets kicked down. And here comes Sino to save the day. Miko is doing everything to run away from this Lee Sin, and now he gets taken out. Fupi trying to an exercise in futility, but now he pays the price. Overestimating himself and underestimating the damage coming from this Gragas. Has to run away. It's a little bit of health left, gets body slammed into the ground.
The Fupi barrels, not much damage there. I think he might have just let it slide because there was no way he was gonna cancel that. And he was way behind on the itemization.
Like, no matter how many times he cuts, he slashes and cutlass at Happy's belly. That is going to be a Ninja Tabi and Glacial Shroud.
That's right. Not to mention, he's a level behind, and that's a very healthy Gragas. So, yeah, that could have gone maybe Fupi's way if he maybe had an ultimate, but
oh man, Spear might be in trouble here. The Whirling Death takes away the spell shield. That's going to be 3 members against 1. I don't think even the Void Gaze can save him as Zen takes away the kill, extending ADMU's gold lead to 2,000.
Yeah, that's great. That's one survivability technique for Spirit down. And ADMU, I think, wants to capitalize on this. They are going
Rift Herald.
Yeah.
You will have to push away Happy, though.
Yeah, Zen going for the chase on Happy.
Ooh, misses the spell shield.
Yeah, Happy wants to play it safe. I don't think he'll push it through. Because I knew that 4 members were visible earlier from that last clash.
Might be too dangerous to go for the Rift Herald here. Look at her. Rift Herald just wailing onto them. Now this back to the mid lane. Roaming early at 16 minutes. They really want to end this game early. ADMU, with the small lead that they have, it's going to start snowballing the more they exert their dominance. Now that they have the gold advantage. Now that Jules has caught up a little bit.
Yeah, and right now, ADMU taking advantage of their power spike. They know that they have the skills and the kit to execute this if
so much
ADMU does choose so.
Right? They have to be wary. If Kitanda catches one of them out, it's a squishy team.
That's the problem with this composition that they have created.
Oh,
and right
man,
now,
that is very definitely squishy. Void Gaze, all the CC locking down Sino, not even putting out a single point of damage. Now Jules stuck between a rock and a hard place. Gets out. That's going to be Mikos being left behind. Flashes out of there, but there's still no one to save him. Fupi goes for a little barrel toss there, but not able to get anything. Now it's going to be Happy trying to take him out with the rest of ADDU. That is a very, very sad gangplank. Gonna get taken down quite easily. That's what I said about they needed to be careful. Yeah,
so that's basically a free 4 kills for, because Jules just responds to at least 4 kills in exchange for what? A Mountain Drake. That's
definitely not worth it. Because the biggest thing was Sino got locked down.
Yes.
And after that, ADMU should have just completely backed off.
ADMU was feeling very confident at the beginning of that skirmish, and they rightfully so. It was, although they were in the position.
Here comes Zen, though, trying to go for something here with Estella and Sino, not able to finish off anyone. On the other hand, it's going to be Kitanda giving off the Rift Herald's eye onto Happy.
Overall, instead of being a great macro play, that kind of went sour for ADMU, and now they're going to have to they're going to have to settle for the turret. They did give up the Rift Herald, which is basically a turret.
Yeah, maybe even the 2 turrets here.
Yeah.
They have pretty strong AD. That's going to be the search and win link. Just fill it up, answer the trivia question correctly. If you're first to answer it right, you will be getting that mystery gift in a few working days. But let's see how Kitanda deals with this. All that burst and damage. Trying to defend that mid lane second tier turret.
Yes.
Just went sour, as you said, for them. And that was all the damage, because Sino is able to put out a lot of damage on that turret. Now it's going to be Gosu. Dangerous if he face checks. Oh, he checks the wrong brush. And he gets instantly taken down by Mikos and Sino. They can still go for another one if they want to. This leaves Fupi open for the top lane, as all your attention is there in mid and bot.
Super surprisingly, ADDU pulling ahead of the macro. Gold difference is becoming higher and higher.
2,000 on Fupi.
Amazing.
1.4 on Zen. And now Jules is coming out ahead with the CS and with the assist that he's getting.
I mean, the only major advantage that ADDU was able to take from the last few fights was a Rift Herald and a few kills. But ADDU pushing forward their advantage, and somehow the way that they left Fupi up there, they actually went ahead in gold again.
And now
it's almost more than 5,000.
Yeah, now Fupi, with that Trinity Force, a huge power spike, will be able to fight against Happy much more.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous, but still ADDU, if they get caught once again, like what happened to Sino earlier, and they get bursted down, still gonna be hard. But here's gonna be the paranoia onto Gozu instantly. It initiates and assassinates. And also, Spirit gets taken down. All of the efforts of Kitana to try and get a revenge kill. That's gonna be the counter barrage to slow them down. Gets that missile from Mikos, obliterates them.
This is ADDU gonna get, but wait, I don't think they're done.
Oh man, Happy gonna be a fat man in the middle of all this. That's gonna be a buffet. But that's going to be the explosive cast, pushing him away. That's going to be Happy. Still trying to look for an exit, but all that damage cancels the V and knocks diplomacy with a body slam, but in the end, the laser just takes him down.
There you go. Now ADDU are taking advantage of their gold lead, and their adaptation is actually quite great here.
It's insta-give to Gosu.
Oh my god,
takes him down instantly. And now, because Gosu's down, the only one with lots of gold is gonna be Kitana. Let's break that team fight down, rock hard.
Engage here. Look at Zen. He was able to dive in on the right place at the right time, and he almost insta-kills him. Now, Spirit left behind. He has to stand with use that ultimate and leaves him vulnerable. Yeah, we have a revenge kill here, but the rest of ADDU, they shouldn't have gotten on engage here because they knew that someone else was on the way. That was Gangplank, and Mikos with the great damage on that Lee Sin. I don't think they were expecting that.
They definitely were not expecting that. Not respecting the long-range initiation that Zen can put out. And because he's 3-1-3 and so ahead in farm compared to Kitanda, you'd have to expect that he can insta-give Gosu.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be Zen, though, a little bit overconfident. Gets the firing squad onto him.
Okay, and ADDU going hard now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about have to be careful.
That's right. I think they kind of felt great after that win. Now they were starting to play swords, and they got caught out somehow. Zen, I think Zen wanted to. I think Zen saw them, but I think he just overstayed his welcome a bit too much.
Oh, this is going to be Rift Herald summoned for the mid lane here. This is definitely going to be a dead turret. I mean, it is already dead. It's like a few hits away. They have to take this out. It's going to be the charge of the Rift Herald. Ooh, but that's going to be a lot of health against that Rift Herald.
That's right.
Not the optimal use of that.
That's the thing that you can do when there's a Rift Herald on the other side of the team. You saw that they cleared the wave almost instantly. That's what you want, because you want the tower and the rest of your team to focus on that Herald before it can do more damage. And because of that, although that was killed, the tower was down.
Been killed anyway.
It would have been killed.
If they had better wave cleared. And that's going to be Mikos trying to take out Kitanda with Sino. No escape for this Lee Sin.
Wow.
No matter where he went, it would have been a kill onto Sino.
This is signature for Mikos. He is now unstoppable on that
a
support Vel'Koz. This is what you see a lot of times back in the days of the PGS, when he was in the PGS, and when he was on Celestial and Cerberus. Every time, there was always a threat of him on support.
Because it's so much true damage.
That's right. That's what ADDU underestimated. They saw earlier Mikos was level 9, so they didn't really think that he would be able to pump up more damage. What they failed to see was true damage.
Yeah, not Mikos.
The procs from Mikos, and that
start firing his laser.
That's right. And you do not want to underestimate that.
Yeah, definitely. Because once you get caught out by Vel'Koz's CC, by his slow, and then all of that free time for his passive to proc on you, wow.
Boom damage, man. And another search and win. You saw that, and I think you guys should have seen that. That kind of went out a bit fast.
Yeah, that's definitely. I think that's definitely gonna be just a repeat of that code earlier. But still, so much damage coming from ADMU, and now they have a 7,000 gold lead. And they are the kind of team that wants a gold lead and wants to finish off the game early.
That's right.
So
they do not want to get this
Look at
Draven
this.
train
Look at
moving.
how much gold
and
across the
gold.
board is ahead.
Oh my god.
Especially onto Miko's and especially onto Fupi and Sino.
Yeah, considering that Twitch had a gold lead, I mean a kill lead, he's actually down on gold now. That's because, again, this is credits to the adoration and the ability of Jules to cash in on that adoration. That's
and then when
actually
Miko started
really
joining Jules, and when those two started joining team fights, they just shredded them with how much sheer damage they could just bring out.
Yeah, not just sheer damage, and great kill potential and threat. And now on a top
Oh man, it's gonna be happy. Now the victim of Zen. The Cannon Barrage to help him out too, but Zen gets taken away with the explosive cask. While on the other hand, Zeno down there deep in enemy territory gets a kill. Oh, look at the damage come from Miko's. Wow. Solo kills the mid laner. Now it's gonna be Jules having some free time here in the mid lane.
Okay, this is looking really great here for ADMU.
Yeah, Gosu still has
to
to be
Gosu
careful.
gonna have to go and all in here for the defense. They do not want to give this turret at
Jules
all.
might be in trouble. Flashes away preemptively from the Dragon's Rage. Now it's going to be Zen going in on them. Fears Kitana away. Gosu trying to make something for his team. That's a lot of DPS. Gets a double kill. Crits against Zen. Gives him the triple.
ADMU's feeling very confident. But at this point, 25 minutes, you're not as tanky as you want to be. And you have to notice that your team is not all the way there.
Should have
you
just
have
focused.
Yeah, you
on the
have
turret.
Fupi on top, right? And you also have Sino on the bottom, so you cannot really overstay as much as you should have.
Should have just stayed alive as long as possible so they could push the lanes across the board.
That's right. Although they were able to push it down eventually, they didn't really have to give ADDU those kills.
Yeah, but still 9,000 gold ahead. ADMU just across the board. Dominating in terms of damage. They, as I've said though, they still need to be very, very careful with how they play this because ADMU is a pile of gunpowder right now. If they use it correctly, if they use it correctly, they can turn it into huge cannons, huge guns.
Exactly.
But if they're like careless with how they handle gunpowder, it can explode in their faces.
That's right. They do have some wiggle room to back in here. If they do get wiped out a bit, there is a chance that ADDU can take a Baron and maybe take a right now at the bottom.
Very careless.
Whoa!
Oh, the Assassin's Path gets cancelled. The poison, the red buff is going to take down Sino. That's what I'm talking about. How will ADMU respond to this? Will they be going for a Baron call?
This is going to be a 4-on-5 Baron. And without your mid laner to give damage, I'm not sure how they're going to pull this off.
Oh man, that's going to be Miko as the target of gank here. But still, Kitanda's spending so much. Oh, he still gets a steal against, against Zen. Gets the double kill, gets the Drake.
Wow.
That's going to be Spirit trying to equalize everything, but still, that's the rest of ADMU having so much damage. Gosu with his sustain gets more kills. This is just, that's what I'm talking about.
This is just what you were talking about. Gunpowder blowing up on your face. I don't know how that happened. Oh, wow. Kitanda there with a great Baron steal. I did not see that coming at all.
He drifted, man.
Wow.
He drifted full speed, kicking away Miko's, cutting him down, and then suddenly safeguarding into the Baron pit, stealing it away with his smite, leaves Adamson, rather, Ateneo de Davao University open with a Baron buff, taking down this inhibitor. Sino can do nothing without his team except maybe try and assassinate Gosu, but at the cost of his own life.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Like I said, of course, ADMU wants to showcase off what they can do in the kind of type version. Right now on this Baron, look over here, just newly placed ward. Kitanda waits slowly, and he got that
Baron. He smites it.
Right, and that's actually on top of everything else. He was just alone, and he was able to take out the kill.
That was a 50-50. And then they still try to go for revenge here.
Yeah.
While Gosu is able to just sustain himself up with his warlords, with his man.
Oh wow. So this has been ADMU's problem a lot of times during these matches, where they will get leads.
Get more dragons, but then after that they'll squander it.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is that they were so ahead, yet they still went for a Baron. They Ateneo de Davao was so far from the Baron.
That's right.
But because ADMU forced the Baron, that gave them time to go to that pit and then take the steal. You are ahead. ADMU was ahead. If you're ahead, never take 50-50s. That was a 50-50 Baron because both Kitanda and Zen were level 13 during that fight.
And like I mentioned earlier, that was a 4-on-5.
Yeah.
I would have maybe done it if you were on even numbers, because you had someone to be able to zone out. You had more people to zone out. The Lee Sin, who we know is one of the highest rated champions to most likely pull off a Baron steal.
Definitely.
Just because of his kit, right?
Yeah, and he didn't even need to use his percent health executes there. Just the sheer smite. That was a 50-50. You do not want to go for a 50-50 smite war when you're ahead like ADMU. Here they take this Mountain Drake, but the problem is if they make another mistake like that and become overconfident in themselves, that Mountain Drake is not going to do anything. But
so right now, both teams pretty much on even footing now because you see that goal difference. That's meaning less and less as this game progresses.
Yes,
because Twitch does have the items that he needs.
And the thing is, the damage that comes from the rest of these Sino, Zen, Fupi, and Jules, and even Miko's, if they don't have a front line to like take up ADDU's time, it's all gonna come down to Gosu just wiping them out with a spray and pray.
And they knew on the draft that they do not have a really decent front line.
So they should be playing around that instead of going for these weird 4v5s.
Okay.
They should go for pickoffs like this. Now it's gonna be the fight in a choke point.
Speaking of
whoa, the disintegration rate gets cancelled, and now Sino trying to go for these kills. Assassin's Path may be out. The Paranoia will be out onto Carlay. Now he's gonna be running away. Happy will now be cornered. And now there's going to be an ace. This will be the game.
Atlas nagalit ang ADDU, and now they are going all in for it. Long death timers mean that this is potentially over. Do we see minions though? That is the problem.
Yeah, do they have the wave?
The minions are not optimally positioned. But of course, this is still
they have so much damage though.
Yeah.
They have 20 seconds to finish the game, and I think they can do it with this small wave. They have so much wave clear.
Yeah, I think they will have to tank this out because this is going to be a win. Oh my God!
ADMU. Wow, losing the momentum and then regaining their footing immediately after that puts this into a 1-1, meaning that these two Ateneos are tied.
And that is going to be a 1-1.
Yes.
Oh my God, the Ateneo schools
are tied.
Just went crazy these games. That is amazing. The way that ADMU almost out of nowhere started to take control of the game and basically eradicate everyone. It started with that last clash in the...
Happy
oh my God.
Got caught out there.
He was feeling very confident. Endgame statistics
But the thing
here.
is, endgame statistics, all of ADDU, of course Happy got caught out.
Of course.
But he's very tanky. You don't need to follow up and save him.
That's what ADDU did.
And that left them open to the life form, disintegration rate, the
and
cannon
the
barrage,
ultimate, yeah.
and as well as the barrels, as well as all of those blades from Talon.
They basically, you know that
they dug their own
they
grave.
knew that ADMU had a damage comp, and then they stood right there.
In a
hand
choke
and
point.
fist. Choke point, give me all your damage. And that is just what happened.
They buried their own grave.
That's
they
an
dug
ace.
their own grave.
That
rather.
ace, exactly. Dug their own grave. That's how ADMU came up with the win. So
it's still very sloppy though. ADMU lost the momentum on the Baron.
A lot of times.
But
Yes.
they were able to get that last clash. The death timers were enough to cover for all their mistakes. Wow.
I like how ADMU, they knew that they slipped up, and they picked it up right away.
Yeah.
That's still a sign of a team that knows what it wants to do, knows its win conditions.
They know where they want to fight.
Exactly.
And when they want to fight.
And they knew that they had it.
So because this is a 1-1, the points don't really matter at this point.
Damage! Oh my God, Mikos! What are you doing? That's 21,000, 22,000 damage, greater than your AD carry.
Support.
This is not.
Man.
Yeah, this is showcasing the caliber
because
that
has been pulling out this Vel'Koz for so long, has mastered it and showing it in this game. But this was a 1-1, so neither of these Ateneo campuses can say we're the better one.
Yeah.
So we're stuck here again. We're stuck here again. And since this is the last time for this Interconference series that they'll be facing each other, it might be a while before we see another Ateneo face off.
That's a good goodbye. That's a great way to end a fight between these two teams. So on one side, ADDU is gonna be happy that they kind of, haha, we got your, we got your chance to, kind of rise up to this ladder, and somehow ADMU is gonna be like, haha, we kind of just beat you face on with a Velka support.
And then, and then at the end of the Davao, still, even with that second loss, he had a really good start in the first of series. So this shows that you can't underestimate teams from Mindanao. And so this is still a show of power coming from conferences from Mindanao, rather from the teams from the Mindanao Conference. So they were able to beat Metro Manila teams. Like, there were no 2-0s against them. So TOP had to force a 1-1. ADMU as well, one of the strongest historically in the LCL, also forcing a 1-1. So you cannot underestimate Mindanao. You cannot underestimate Ateneo de Davao.
And that is something to say, because we kind of have this mentality that Metro teams are kind of really high caliber.
Because statistically they are, but you cannot underestimate the teams from Visayas and Mindanao, especially Mindanao.
So basically, all over the Philippines, League of Legends definitely catching up to their potential, and players are studying and doing their homework. They knew that they have what they needed to do to get high in this tournament. Props to them for reaching this far.
But of course, because of that standing, there's really no chance for either of these teams. Very slim chance. No, actually, no chance for either of these teams to get into semi-finals. It's going to be ADDU. All their 6 games done, stopping at 2 points. ADMU still have another game, but the max they can get is 4 points, and it's against How. So, of course, this entire conference will be decided in the next 2 matches. The next match is going to be big. It's going to be Holy Angel University Force Majeure versus Technological University of the Philippines, Sic Parvis Magna, which is Latin for small. Big things come from small things. So we're gonna see how all of that plays out after the break. We have been your shoutcaster for this game. I am Atlas, and with me is Rockhart. We'll be seeing you after the break. From the Dragon's Rage. Now it's going to be Zen going in on them. Fierce Kitana away. Goes to trying to make something for his team. Gets a lot of DPS. Gets a double kill. Crits against Zen. Gives him the triple. Gets the double kill. Gets the Drake. Wow. That's going to be Spirit trying to equalize everything, but still, that's the rest of ADMU having so much damage. Goes to with his sustain. No point. Oh, the disintegration rate gets cancelled, and now Sino trying to go for these kills. Assassin's Path may be out. The Paranoia will be out. Onto Carlay. Now he's going to be running away. Happy will now be cornered. And now there's going to be an ace. This will be the game.
Atlas nagalit ang ADMU, and now they are going all in. Oh my God.
ADMU. Wow, losing the momentum and then regaining their footing immediately after that puts this into a 1-1, meaning that these two Ateneos are tied.
And that is going to be a 1-1.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Not enough Garena shells to buy the latest League of Legends skin? On sale now? Get shells anytime, anywhere with your Globe or Touch mobile number. Go to gamer.com.ph and sign up with your mobile number and enter the verification code you will receive via SMS. Log in and choose the game and pin you want. Check out to purchase the pin with your load or through your postpaid account and receive the pin on your phone instantly. Never miss a sale on your favorite League of Legends skins and champions with Gamer.